Give me 1 second, guys. Hello, guys. Say hi in the chat if you were here. I'm gonna wait for some people to join before we get started. Hey, Autumn. How you doing, babe? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, nice. It actually puts my stream on Discord now, on my profile. Sweet. Alright, gonna wait for some more people to join. Got another person. Connection might be a bit slow because of the rain. Probably, but I mean, if the quality seems alright, then I wouldn't think there is any issue. But I mean, looking at the stream on my phone as I'm reading chat, it looks somewhat okay. Let's see, concurrent viewers. Yeah, it says I have excellent connection, so that's good. Just need to wait for the flood of people to join in. Let's see, nobody. Is that Gumi? Oh, in my bed? Yeah, that is. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go, I don't know, give it one more, maybe a few more minutes for some people to pop in. Usually I get like at least 3 to 4 people by now. Okay, and I got whoever this is typing. Oh, I got a third person in, sweet. Oh, hi there. Well, can't read your name, but yep. Hello there, what is love? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get started here by diving into basically what we're doing this stream. So today we are just going to be making a simple calculator app in Python. Now this is going to be a lot easier than the audio player that we have developed in over the course of like 6 or 7 streams. Hopefully this is only going to take one stream, maybe 2. But I think I'm confident it's going to take only one stream. That's basically how simple and easy this is going to be. Now, to give you a glimpse on like what we're going to be doing, if I go ahead and pull up like the Windows default calculator and just click this button here, this is basically what it's going to look like. Now, as you can see, there's a lot going on here. We won't have this much of stuff. We'll just have our clear button, all of our numbers, and then like our arithmetic and equal sign, and a decimal button. Is my microphone messed up? Okay, no, it's too quiet. Hopefully that's better. Okay, alright. Maybe I just had it a little too loud, but there we go. But this is basically what we're gonna be doing. We're not gonna have all these buttons, we're just gonna have like our arithmetic, our equal sign, like our numpad, and a clear button. That's basically it. Now, I'm gonna minimize this because I'll need it back, so that way I can actually look and copy the kind of the same layout, because all calculators have like the same layout with 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then like 0 in that order. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. Now, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a folder and then add it to our workspace, which I already did here. And now ignore these two test files. I'll show you them later. But once we do that, we're going to add another file, and we're going to call it dunder main dunder. And in here, we're going to go ahead and type in from tkinter import all. And we are also going to go ahead and create our application class. So class application. I'm going to pass in tk as an object. Whoops. And in here, we're going to call or make the init function. So init dunder self, and I think it's super dot init. I think it's it. I don't know why. I can't remember if that's sort of supposed to write, but I think this is it, yeah. And then in here, we are going to just type in if name is equal to main, and then app is going to be equal to application, and app.main loop. And that is basically it. If I go ahead and run this, it should go ahead and start. Yeah, so it goes ahead and starts our application. And I can't do much with it yet. Oh, besides to minimize and all that, or resize. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set a title. So to do that, we're going to type in self.title. And we'll call it simple calculator. And I will eventually get like a bitmap icon image and all that good stuff. So that's it right there. Simple calculator. We have a little title. And now we need to set the resizables to false. So self.resizable width equals false, height equals false. And that basically keeps the user from resizing the window. Because if you look at it like a normal calculator app that Windows has, yeah, you can resize it, but whenever it looks like this, actually you still can resize it, but there's a max width and such. But yeah, basically I don't really care to have it resized. I don't want it to look like that. Are you going to make a video on this? Well, I mean, this is a stream, so is it really necessary to make a video if people can just watch the stream? And I want a huge calculator, massive. Well, you can do that in your own project. I'm not doing that on here. But yeah, so we have our title and we have our resizable set to false. The next thing to do is just self.icon bitmap. We're gonna pass in none in here for now, and the reason why we're doing that is because we don't have an icon for our app yet. But I plan to get one at some point this stream, so don't worry. But if I go ahead and run it now, as you see, I can't even do anything and all that. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to set a couple of constants, and basically these are going to be like colors and font sizes. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in a foreground, and we're going to set it equal to hashtag and an FFF. I believe that's the color code for white. Use an orange one. I'm not gonna make my calculator orange, but with what I'm doing, it'll be easy for you to make the calculator only give wrong answers. That's a wonderful idea. But anyway, after that, I'm actually gonna go into my test .py file, and these are some colors I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these and how many F's is it? 5 F's? It's 6 F's. All right. And we're going to call this base dark darker. And there we go. Now, I can get some extra fonts. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull these fonts directly from my music player. So I'm going to go into here and just grab all of these. But I'm not going to use all of them. So some of them are going to end up being deleted anyway from this. Use orange icon. Maybe I could possibly do something like that. But yeah, so we have our fonts. I have a big feeling that I'm not gonna really use all of these fonts. I think mine is gonna be the 24. Actually, I'm gonna do another one, another constant button font. It's gonna be equal to Arial, and we're gonna do 12 and bold. Yeah, and I can always change that because this is a constant. I can always change this number here to like 10 or 8 to lower the font size, and make it look better if need be. So that's why I'm using constants. It's just a little easier in my opinion. But with that out of the way, sorry guys. Let's go ahead and start making a couple of functions. Now these functions are going to look really familiar, all right? What these functions are going to be for is they're basically going to lighten and darken the images based on certain events. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. And in here, I'm going to actually, no, can't do that there. I'm going to do it right here. And we're just going to call these functions like on leave, on enter, on release, all that good stuff. So on enter. On leave, and then on release. Now, I believe that's all I'm gonna do. I can look back in here. So on release, sweet. Now, I kind of want mine to use the same style as this, where you have already somewhat of a light button, but when you hover it over, it darkens a bit. But when you click on it, it darkens even more. So that's kind of something I want to do. Now, what I'm going to do for that is these are going to be hover. These two are going to be hover events, and this one's going to be whenever you're done clicking the button. So here, what we're going to do is we're going to type in event.widget.config, and then background is going to be set to dark. And if I go back here, all right, then this is the dark, this is the dark. Okay, on enter is going to be darker, and then on leave is going to be base. All right, so in here, I'm going to copy and paste this little line of code, and we're going to call it base. Now, on release, that's going to be the even darker code. No, on release is going to be the same thing as if it was hovering. So we're just going to go ahead and copy and paste that there as well. Sweet. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the buttons. Now, I can't remember how I had this set up. I'm going to look in here. Okay, so I actually, these need to be in here. And then we can go ahead and make our buttons. So button 1 be equal to button. Pass in self. And then we are going to type in text is going to be equal to 1. BG is going to be equal to, oh, actually I need to remove that. Background's going to be equal to the white, or no, wait, what am I doing? It's going to be equal to base. I'm sorry. And then foreground, which is just denoted as FG, is going to be equal to foreground. And then font is going to be equal to button font. Now, if I type in button1.pack, and if I go ahead and take a good look at this. Okay, well, we have our button. All right, that's nice. Sure. Looks ugly. It looks ugly right now, but hear me out, guys. Trust the process. It's going to look so much better. We're going to set relief equal to flat. And what else am I going to do? Okay. Height is going to be 2. Width is going to be 4. Now, I believe that's in centimeters, but I'm not sure. Okay. That looks somewhat nicer. Let's see what 20 does. Yeah, that makes it look even bigger. 14. Let's see what 14 looks like. Okay, that looks good. So 14 pixels is a good font size. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and copy all this, and then we're gonna do button 2. And we can just do this all the way to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Change that to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lastly 0. And this can be just change these as so. 7, 8, 9, and 0. Now, actually what I need to do is I need to make a frame, and we're just gonna call it numpad. So numpad is equal to frame self and then frame dot pack. Now BG is going to be equal to, I was thinking we're going to do gray. Now, I'm using the actual keyword gray that Tkinter has built in. But the reason why I was doing hex codes on here earlier is because I wanted to show you guys how we can use hex codes to actually customize like our colors and stuff. Basically that way we have more options than just the built-in colors that Tkinter allows. Let's change this to numpad. That was a silly mistake. But that just shows you, basically. Now we can go ahead and change this to numpad. And the cool thing is, we can use pack and grid in this situation because we're only packing the frame, but on the numpad we're packing all the, we're gridding. I'm sorry, let me say it again. So in this situation we can use .pack and .grid, whereas usually it'll give you an error saying something with slaves and whatnot. Basically, the reason why we can do this now is because since we're only packing the frame, that's basically going to allow us to grid all the buttons on that frame. So that's why we can actually use both now. Whereas before you would receive an error in a console. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and make our equals button and stuff. And like our caret button and whatnot. So let's go ahead and type in equal or button add. And whoops, set that equal to that, and then copy and paste that button subtract button multiply. And we'll, wait, what am I doing? Copy and paste that. Put star. And then button divide. And then here we'll just use the slash, because that's the operator for divide. Now, if you want to use like an actual division symbol, what you can do is you can go on Google and copy and paste one. So division symbol. And where is it at? So I can copy that right there and use it here. And then now we have the division symbol, and this will blit onto the screen. So we can use that. However, I mean, to me it doesn't really matter. And actually, I think it would look better. So actually, I might stick with that. But just know that you can get these like weird symbols. Well, they're not weird, but what I mean is like symbols you can't get on your keyboard. You can just copy and paste them. Or you can also do what this says, which is just alt code. So alt plus 0247. So I'm actually going to do that. Alt 0247. Or actually, it won't work on here. But yeah, you can just copy and paste it, and that's how you usually get it. So that's just nice to know. And we can actually do X for times. So I think that's what this uses, yeah. Yeah, so we can do that. Now the equals button. So button equals. And I'm gonna copy and paste this again. Oh, shoot. And What else do I want to do? Button clear. And here we're just gonna do clear. Or CLR like that. That way people still know it says clear. And we need to do button decimal. And in here, we'll type in a dot. Now all of these are going to have restricted width and heights and widths. So all of them should be the same size. The only one that might be a little bit difficult is the clear because we're using more than one character. As all of them are using one character, this is using 3, so that might be a little difficult. But we can resize them fairly easy. So we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. But now we can go ahead and start gridding all these. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick this right here because I want to be able to grid these properly. Now, what we're going to do is, so we're going to grid 7, 8, and 9 first. Actually, we're going to, we need a, so hold on, we have clear up here, and then all these, actually clear can go down here. And decimal, and then that. What we should do is actually, add another button there. Let's go. We can do a caret. We can do caret and then square. Let's do that. What I'm gonna do is so button power. Yeah, I actually did not notice that. And then button square. And then that right there. It should be alright. Sweet. Now we can go ahead and start grading these. So we're going to do the clear button first at the very top, since I think that's what this does. Yeah, CE. And I think C and CE do the same thing on this calculator that Windows has pre-installed, which is a little weird, but I don't know, it could actually do something totally different. Considering I don't use the digital calculator, I use my handheld graphing one I have here. Just pretty nice. I used a expensive kind, but alright. Let's go ahead and type in button clear dot grid. Row is equal to 0, column 0. And then we're gonna do button. Actually, what is something? Well, would it make more? I'm trying to figure out if it'd make more sense to just put the. I know it's whatever. Button. Yeah, button power. Button square dot grid. It's actually gonna be on the same row. And then button power dot grid. And then we have the divide. So button divide equals 0, column equals 3. I go ahead and run this, see if it comes up. Yeah, so we have our buttons. Nice. I am going to add a little bit of padding in between these, by the way, just because they look incredibly ugly. So, let's actually do that. So, pad x 2, pad y equals 2. Now, I don't know how much of a difference that's really going to make, but we can easily just copy and paste these. Run it again, see what it looks like there. Yeah, okay. That's exactly what I thought would look. That's exactly what I thought it would look like. So, pad x equals 5, pad y equals 5. So now, if I go ahead and run this code, oh, okay. Well, let's do dark gray for the, alright. We're gonna change this to, like, equals 3. Change these to 2. Whoa, okay. I wonder what I... Oh, that's why. Now, if I go ahead and run our debug, remove this. There we go. Okay, that looks a little bit better, so nice. Now let's go ahead and do the numbers and the time. So, button 7, 0 equals 2. And I'm actually going to just type in button 8, button 9, button equals, or I'm sorry, that's supposed to be times, or multiply. And then we can just go ahead and start moving these over accordingly. If I go ahead and run it one more time. Sweet, alright. Looking very nice. Very, very, very nice. Now, button 4, button 5, button 6, button subtract. Now, 2. No, wait a minute. No, yeah, 2. And then here we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. And that should look good. No, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that looks perfect. Yeah, that looks good. Gridding these like so intricately gets a little confusing sometimes. So I do apologize if I stutter or stop in the middle of like talking while I do this. Okay, so button 1, grid button 2 dot grid button 3 dot grid button plus or add dot grid. All right, so 3 and then 1, 2, 3. All right, and we're gonna do the last one. So this here's going to be wait a minute. That's a good question. We got the decimal. So we got 0, decimal, and equals. Wow, I need an extra button, guys. You have any ideas? Square root. We'll do square root. No, can't do square root. because that calculator doesn't have that. All right, you know what? We'll do the negative. We'll do the positive and negative sign. Yeah. So let's make another. Let's make another button. So where do we want to do that? So button pos neg is going to be equal to button and paste. I want one that's one character. Hey, you know what? I want this here. That looks nice. Let's do that. There we go. See, I'm using alt code characters, so that's nice. All right. Now we just need to do that. So button pos neg, and then we'll do the dot grid here. Button 0. Excuse me. Button decimal. Button equals. And we'll change these to 4, 4, 4, 4, and 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, now if I go ahead and open this up, this should look complete. Right, and it does. Okay, so we're missing the add button. Now I wonder why that's not showing up. Okay, so it's showing up under the subtract. So it's splitting both of the. Oh, wait a minute. That's a little strange. This shouldn't be happening. Button subtract. Oh, okay. I see the problem. That's supposed to be on 3. That's supposed to be on row 2. So now if I go ahead and close this out again and open it back up. Okay, now it's displaying correctly. So nice. We can click all these beautiful, big, beautiful old buttons, you know, all with the bold text and all the white font color and everything. So yeah, we have something pretty nice, something that resembles a calculator in here. So now what we're gonna do is, I'm actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to HTML colors and pick out a bit darker color for that background and see if it looks better. So let's do like something like 47, 47, 47. No, I don't want to do dark blue because I want to use a consistent gray theme. Hey, that looks really nice. I like that. That looks really cool. Yeah, I want to do like a more grayish theme. I just think it looks nicer. You know, I might actually switch this positive and negative button a little bit more. Yeah. I think I'm gonna switch those, so that's gonna be on row 0. And I'm actually going to remove that. And then this. and then put it here, and change this to 4. Now, if I go ahead and run it again. Sweet, so these two buttons have switched spots. Okay, that's exactly what we want. Perfect. Now what we need to do is I want to add some padding in between like the frame and the actual edge of the screen. So go here, pad X is going to be equal to like 10. Pad Y is going to be 0, no, 5. Let's do 5. And I'm only doing this because I want the actual title to show fully. Okay, so that's nice. We have that now. Now we just need to change the actual root, or well, in this context it's just self. So self.config background is going to be that. So if I go ahead and okay, that looks nice. I'm fine with that. Yeah, that looks okay-ish. Maybe I need to... Maybe I ought to make that 5 as well. I don't know. Okay, see, this turns... Oh, right, yeah. Let's do 8. No, 8, not 88. There we go. And then... Okay, yeah, that shows it, and it doesn't give, like, a huge border. Like a little bezel border, because that just looks terrible. But of course, we can always change the name to just calculator. But I feel like I'm doing too much at that point. So now what we need to do is we need to actually bind the buttons so that way they can use these on enter, on leave, and on release things. So this is all of our buttons, all right? That's all of our buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a buttons list. So buttons list is going to be equal to a list, and it's going to be button 1, button 2, button 3, button 6, button 7, button 8, button 9, button 0, button add, button subtract, button multiply, button divide, button equals, button here, button decimal, button power, button square, and I think that's all of them. And I'm actually gonna have to remove that there because I'll get an error. Sweet. Alright, so for button in buttons list, button.bind, enter, make that in a string, and then on enter. There we go. Leave, and on leave. Now, if I go ahead and run this, we should have a little hover effect. So we do. Sweet. We have a hover effect. And to my knowledge, it works on every single button. Okay, so that doesn't work. So I need to add that into the pause button. button pause neg. And I don't know why it added all that extra stuff, but we don't need it. Do not need that. And actually, if it'll... Goodness gracious, tab 9 is being dumb today. Runner debug. Alright, sweet. Now I want to add the actual clicking. The clicking stuff. Now, I believe the way I have it set up here, it only clicks whenever a function is called, right? So what I need to do is... Yeah, right. Okay, so button.bind, button release 1 on release. Let's actually just copy and paste that. There we go. And if I go ahead and click on this, sweet. So it doesn't look like it does anything, but you'll notice it whenever I actually add functionality to this button, or to each of these buttons. So just keep that in mind. Now we need to make our actual label. We need our label. And you know what? Label font. We're gonna make that really nice. All right, let's go. Let's get this going. Okay, calculation label self foreground's gonna be foreground, background's gonna be what do I want the background to be? Okay, yeah, I want it to be the same as the frame, so we're gonna do that. Calculation label, yep. Font is gonna be label font. And I think that's all we need to add for right now. Sweet. And if I go, wait, no, never mind. Oh, and text needs to be an empty screen, an empty string, so that way. Oh, I just forgot the packet. Maybe a little bit of padding. Let's actually see what that looks like. Sweet. Oh, we want to do side. We're gonna have it point to the right. We're gonna have it on the right side. So that way, whenever I... Oh, okay. So I actually can't do that. That equals bottom. Maybe I can do that and see if it'll fix that a bit. No. Okay. Oh, okay. I know what I need to do. We're gonna do calculation or screen frame, yeah. Display frame is equal to frame. Make it the same base color. Display frame dot pack. And then in here, we're going to do display frame. Now, if I go ahead and debug this, and it's still not doing it. Okay. Might not be a way I can actually display that onto the right side. Okay. Well, it's possible that we're gonna have to just leave it as that for now. Let's go ahead and make our method. So def append to calculation. Value. And basically each of these buttons are gonna send a value to there. Now, how did I actually do? How did I make it to where? Okay, button 1. Okay. So button 1 dot bind append to calculation value equals 1. Button 2 dot bind calculation event is equal to E, value is equal to 2. Button 3 dot bind, and that was actually supposed to be button 1 right there, but it's all right. Button 4, button 5, button 6, button 7, button 8, button 9, button 0, button add, button subtract, multiply, button divide, here. Okay, so button negate's going to be a little bit special. It's not going to take in a value, so don't need to worry about that. And so is clear, actually, so let's remove that. Button power. Button square. There we go. Now, so 3. Oh, shoot. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and then here we're just gonna do some strings. Button divide. And we're gonna use the same convention, like the same name or the same symbols and stuff. Just getting it out of the way. But what is this button equals? So that actually doesn't need to be there either. Button power. Button square. Sweet. Now, what this append to calculation button's going to do is, first thing it's going to do is it's going to change the color. It's going to do that firstly. And we're going to pass an event and value. So there we go. So now when I actually hover over here, if I... Oh, okay. So that doesn't work as it should. I wonder... Oh, wait a minute. That's right. But I wonder why that's not... Calculation event equals E. All right. So I wonder why that's not working. When you click it, I want it to do that. Maybe to have that after it. That shouldn't really change anything. Should it? Okay. I wonder why it's... Gumi is dozing. Yeah, he's been asleep for a while. Okay. Return break. Let's see if return break does anything. Oh, okay. So it actually shows up. So I just need a return break. Got it. Got it. That makes so much more sense. Man, I am stupid. What was I thinking? Oh well. Happens to the best of us. I just need to fix that now. I just need to fix that, and this. Everything else works perfectly. And let's just keep that as an empty string for now. Yeah. Okay, so all right, so all right. We'll deal with the clear and equals button soon. So we have our append to calculation. Now we actually need to append something to that calculation. So we need to type in old string. No, we don't. There's probably a better way to type that. Yeah, I think this will be better. Now some of these are numbers, so we need to concatenate. So we're going to convert this to a string. So we're going to type in calculation label dot config text. It's going to be equal to an F string. And in here, it's going to be calculation label again. What am I doing? Dot C get, and then type in text. Yeah, text. And then plus str and then value. And then now, if I go ahead and unmatched, f-string unmatched. Oh, it's because of this here. There we go. That should fix it. Sweet. So now if I go ahead and... Okay, there we go. So that's pretty nice. Now I can go ahead and actually do something like this. 8 squared plus 2 to the 9th power, right? Okay. And we can keep doing this. And it's going to eventually... It's going to eventually do that. So there's probably a way we can circumvent that. I know we can do wrap length. But maybe we can do something, so maybe we actually need to... Yeah, we can actually check the character count. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so the max amount of characters is going to be 14. Or actually, let's do 13 to make it look better. I'm going to make some cookies. Want some? Yes, please. I would love to have a cookie right now, especially after me suffering through all this. So 13 is going to be the max. And I'm going to write that right here. Max characters is 13. Sweet. And then the point is, once it reaches the max amount of characters, we're going to just go ahead and calculate it and then keep on going. So now, def calculate. Calculation. It's going to be equal to calculation label dot c get text. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to type in calculation dot replace, and we're going to replace this caret symbol with the double asterisk operator, so that way Python knows that we're wanting to bring a number to the power of something whenever we use that caret. Then calculation dot replace, and now we need to use what's that other one? Okay, we have the times and divide, so make that a slash, and then calculation dot replace x, and then times. There we go. And I think it's the only ones. Now we have this one here, but this is not going to append anything to the calculation. It's just going to calculate the equation and make it a negative number. At least I think it is, yeah. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to calculation label dot config text is going to be set equal to eval, and in here is going to be the calculation itself. And at the end, we're going to turn break. And we're also going to add this event widget thing. There we go. And now we can go ahead and bind that button. So button equals lambda e calculate. Event is equal to E. So now if I go ahead and click run or debug, I can do 8 plus 3, hit equal, and we get 11. And we can divide, oh, unsupported operand types. Okay, I wonder why we get that. That's no problem. Let's do 5, that, and boom. So then times, okay, so we get that again. So every time we use the multiply and divide, we get the unsupported operand types for. Alright, so apparently it's not taking that in as a string, which is odd because it should take it in as a string. I shouldn't have a problem with that at all. Let's see why it's doing that. Actually, how long have I been streaming for? About an hour and 7 minutes. We're not doing too bad on time. Okay. Alright. Get text plus str value. Okay, you know what? Maybe I need to convert that to a string too. Or, yeah, make another one. Invalid decimal literal. Okay. So that's a new problem. Syntax error. So you know what? What if I just comment this out and I just decide to print calculation. Yeah, just print out calculation and see what that problem is. Five divided by 9. Okay, so I can't seem to replace this symbol. So that might be that actually is a problem. Okay, unfortunately, we're gonna have to just stick with, okay, we'll at least do it with X. Or, whoops. Let's restart that. 5 times 2. Okay, it won't even do it with X. But if I do 5 squared, or something like that, 5 to the power of 2... you know what? I wonder if it's because... Let me look in test 2. Okay. Calculation... Or, you know what? Yeah, hold on. Boom. Yep, so... And then get rid of that. Now if I go ahead and run code. Okay, sweet. Alright, now I can get rid of this. So we fixed that. It was just, for some reason, it wasn't doing it there. Maybe that was just something else. 16 divided by 4, which is going to give us 4. Squared plus 3 squared. Squared, squared, squared. And then we get this very, very large number. Alright, sweet. We actually need to do something with that. Where we can make it where if it's a large number, it'll get rid of it. But what we can do now is we need to make our clear button. So def clear, pass in the event, and first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make it change the background of our button, and then return break, and then here we're just gonna do calculation label dot config text is going to be equal to an empty string. Sweet. Okay. Now we can go ahead and bind we can bind that one as well. So here. And if I go ahead and click this, oh shoot, whoops. Boom, 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 clear, and it doesn't do it. Why? Why are you failing me? Clear calculation label.config. Come on, you have one job. You have one freaking job. Why aren't you doing it? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm actually an idiot. What? No, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. That's much better. That's what happens when you're tired, guys. All right, now you're doing your job. Sweet. Thank you. Sweet. Okay, now I want it to actually check if there's more characters. So, can we check the length of a string? Let's look into that. So I'm gonna get that. So my string is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Print len string. I think you can print the length of a string. Yes, you can. Sweet. So now what we're gonna do is if len string is over 13, or whoops, calculation label dot cget text, and I'm actually going to remove that there. Then we're going to type in calculate event is going to be equal to none. And then else, we just put that there. So now if I actually try to type in 5 plus 4 minus 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 9, that's 6 and 7, divided by 2, that's 8 and 9, plus 33, that's 10, 11, and 12, and do that again. No attribute. Oh, okay, so that's a separate issue. All right. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go back to calculate. If event is none, then we're just gonna put all that there. Else. There we go. Sweet. Okay, sweet. So Oh. Type object of type int has no. Okay. So then what we need to do is we need to type in. Where is this? Where's that at? Okay, if len str 3. There we go. Sweet. And you know what I was thinking? So I might actually make the screen maybe just a wee bit lighter. So let's go to HTML colors real quick and just, just take it up a notch. Let's see what 60, 60, 60 looks like. See what that let's see that should look nice. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's it. We're actually gonna need the frame now, so that's wonderful. Display screen is equal to frame. Background is gonna be that. Display screen dot pack. And here's going to be display screen. Oh, come on. Can't you be just a little bit nicer to me, please? Okay. Does it count? Okay, does len count empty spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4. So in theory, if it does, I should say 8. Oh, of course it does. All right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We can do dot strip. We can do dot strip. Hold on. There we go. Woohoo! Yeah, that works. Sweet. Okay, what we need to do now is we need to come back to here. Yeah. Dot strip. Get rid of all those empty strings. Because so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Fourteen, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 27, 26. Beautiful. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. Oh, alright, so that looks decent. Now if I go ahead and actually type something in. Whoa, what are you doing, dude? You're not supposed to do that. No, I had a feeling that was gonna be so stupid. Alright. Maybe X is gonna be equal to like 10, pad Y is gonna be equal to 10. Okay. Alright. It's perfect. That's what I want. Yes. Get rid of this pad. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now if this messes up again. No! Okay. You know what? Just screw it. Just screw it. I won't even entertain it. Where's the stupid... Alright, you know what? Whatever. Just in case an empty string pops in there somehow, some way I don't freaking know, then it's gonna fix it. Now, let's check this out. Yeah. And replace. There we go. Like, I don't know. I genuinely just want that to look good. Ah, shoot. Okay. Well, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Um, I don't even know what to do there. You know what? I'm just gonna remove this. Let's change that back to self. And just make the background the same as this. Because that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to just live with that. An object has no attribute. Replace. Calculation. Oh. There we go. I mean, it's somewhat decent for the time being. We just need to mess with negate and equals. We need to make equals, actually. Yeah, hold on. Maybe I'll actually have this come here. None type has no attribute widget. Well, something is obviously... Oh, I know how to fix that. Okay. Where's calculator? There we go. Button equals .config. There we go. So what's gonna happen anyways is we're gonna just type all this stuff in. And then we're gonna have a revert back. Actually needs to be darker. Yeah, I don't know why that's even... I guess I forgot I actually had constants for that. See, wait, what's the point of me even... What's the point of me making constants if I don't even remember to use them, right? Okay. And then... darker, and then... I'll just go back to base. Excuse me, guys. Okay, we don't even notice it change color. So, you know, let's actually... So maybe we can do something like... Okay, that just made things worse. Why did I even think of that? So you know what? I know what I can do there. So we can actually do dot after milliseconds. We'll do 500. And then button equals dot config. Background is going to be equal to base. Now if I go ahead and run code, yeah, it just makes it laggy. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna like... I'm just gonna leave it like that. There's no point of really invoking like the color change just to show it happened. Okay, what else do I want to add? Oh yeah, I need to do something with that negate thing. Hmm. Okay, so I need to make another method, and we're gonna call it switch sign. Switch sign. Actually, yeah, we need event, and then do the dot darker thing, or the dot widget thing. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. And then return break, and all this is gonna do is this is just going to type in, or it's just gonna make it negative. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna copy and paste that. There we go. Remove this. Put pass for now, because I don't know what I'm gonna write there just yet. Okay, so switch sign. Alright, so calculation label dot config text is going to be equal to an f string, and here we're going to type in an open and close parentheses, str, and we're going to get rid of the empty little strings if there are any. There we go, and get rid of that. Sweet, that's what we want to do. Okay, that looks better. And yeah, and if it's not, then we'll just do the same thing. I think will work. Yeah, we'll just do the same thing, but we won't even calculate it. Yeah, so oh wait, never mind. I need to go ahead and add that down here. So button pause neg.bind switch sign event is going to equal to e switch signal. Okay, supposed to be switch sign. Now if I go ahead and click this 8, okay, sweet, and then plus 3 3 3 3 3. So that's nice. All right. So that just basically makes it negative or positive. You know how it is. 55.5. Boom. We gonna have it actually run. Actually, no. No, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. Class application. Yeah, I think we're kind of done here now. I did say this is gonna be a really small project, you know, nothing too fancy. But we make it negative and then plus 5 times negative 6. Sweet. Divided by 6. And we can click clear. Alright, so now it's actually time for us to do some like syntax problems, right? So we're gonna do some error handling now. Let's do that. We're gonna go to our calculator or calculate thing, and we're gonna type in try. And in here we're gonna do except syntax error. And we're going to just type in, or we can also, we're gonna erase it as well. Exception. How do I do try and accept again? I can't even remember. Alright, whatever. Let's do syntax error. Sorry, it's getting a little bit late here and I'm just getting a little bit tired, but just accept syntax error. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna type in calculation label.config. Text is gonna be equal to syntax error. And if I go ahead and run or debug it, 3 plus, okay, sweet. Come home, your son misses you. Guys, don't get confused, she's referring to a cat. I don't actually have a kid yet. I'm okay, calculate. Now let's do something like accept overflow error. And we're just gonna do the same thing. Overflow error. And then accept 0 division error. And then we're going to type in this. I don't believe this is actually good practice, but I'm just doing it to save time. So if this is hurting anyone's feelings out there, I am terribly sorry. 2 divided by 0. Okay, so I'm gonna decrease the font a little bit. Font is gonna be equal to label font. Change that to like 20. So now if I go ahead, 5 divided by 0, 0 division here. Okay, sweet. And then I'm gonna click clear. And so append. All right, we're gonna do another one. If str calculation label dot cget text equals and then one of these. And this is, I think it's the last thing I'm adding here. And then basically if it's that, then we're just going to go ahead and I'm gonna do clear. Yeah, we're gonna do clear. N is equal to none. if event is equal to none, there is none, I should say. And then we're just going to basically do this here. Whoops. And return break. So 2 divided by 0, 5 plus 2. Uh-oh. I think I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. You gotta be kidding me. There ain't no way. Hold on. Visual Studios Code. Oh, my actual Python program isn't even coming up. That's wonderful. I love breaking things. I wonder why I did that. So let's do 500 squared. Okay, I didn't like that. That just crashed it. Doesn't print anything out. So 5 squared. Yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and hit the trash can on that. So I wonder why it's doing that. I'm trying to invoke these other errors. Okay, you know what? Let's just do 2 plus, and then okay, there we go. So it does. So I'm assuming it works for the overflow one too. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and calculate. Okay. If label dot c get text. So we're gonna convert it to a string. Convert it to a string. Oh wait, never mind. When people equals overflow error. Well, no, because now I rather just have it. Wait, times 9? Oh, shoot. Okay, that's probably what. Let's try it one more time. Ah! Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's why it was crashing. Sweet. Alright. So, okay. Alright, we replaced it. Eval calculation. So it didn't even check if this is greater than like 13 characters. Okay, I wonder why. Maybe it's because I need to have that there or here as well. Okay, well. Okay, so 5 squared, 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 squared. Okay. Alright. Now if I go ahead and do like 5 squared. We'll just give it a minute. Let's give it some time. You know, it's tired and just needs a minute. And I'm sure if I click on it, yep, it's gonna crash. Great, I love programming poorly optimized things. Python is not responding. I think it's like maybe the 4th time in my life I've ever had to deal with something like this. And it's only because it's just having a hard time expanding the screen. But you know what? Like I'm trying to give it some opportunity here. All right. String. Calculation. It's going to be equal to that. And then calculation. Oh, wait a minute. String. Calculation. It's going to be equal to eval calculation string. And we can remove that strip. That's not necessary. And then calculation. So now what I can do here is I can take this, type in calculation, and then boom. And remove this. And change this to else. And return break at the very end. So, okay, if event is none, then what it's going to do is it's going to take the calculation string, which is just all that, and it's going to type in calculations equal to the evaluated calculation string, and then it's going to check if the calculation is greater than 13 characters or 13 digits, and if it is, then it's going to put text that says overflow error, and if it isn't, then it's just going to blip the text to the screen, and it's all going to return break in the very end. Okay, sweet, that is exactly what we want. So now what we're going to do is we're going to copy all of that, and we're just going to put this right here. And I don't even think that's, yeah, it might actually be. Wait a minute. Okay, I do need this. But I need to do this first. There we go. Button equals... There's no point configuring it at... Oh, yes, there is actually. It's down here. Button equals .config. BG is going to be equal to base. Okay. Now, I think that fixed that bug. So 5 squared, 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 squared. Exceeds limit. Oh, okay. So that's a value error. All right. No wonder why that keeps crashing. So 5 squared. All right, no. So what we need to do is we need to type in and can I use an and? Can I do and in here? Is that even possible? And value error. Okay, so I can do that. So 5 squared. It's just gonna keep crashing. I don't think there's a way around that. Yes, so see, it can't even like actually trigger that. It doesn't even get a chance to trigger the whole thing because, or you know what? Maybe I can't do it that way. Maybe I need to do it like this. Except value error. And then I'll just copy and paste this again. Excuse me, guys. 5 squared. And it's gonna crash again. Trash can. Okay. Well, we needed that anyway. We just did. Well, I wonder how I'm gonna be able to do that. 6 minus 2 plus 6 squared. Okay, overflow error. 9 times 9 times 9 times 9. Can't do that. Okay. Well, there's a bit debugging we're gonna have to do, but so far, I mean, it's pretty functional. Uh, multiply, divide. We get a syntax error. All right, 2.5 plus 3.6. And we get 6.1 divided by 0.01. And we get 610. Sweet. I mean, so far, it works. I mean, we want it to be functional. Now there's going to be a lot of debugging I'll have to do with this on my own time, but I mean, so far, if you want like a simple calculator app, I mean, you have one. You can do simple things. Now, why in the world did it 999 divided by 66? Okay, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of debugging, but look, I mean, it's decent. Oh, and I did say I was gonna get an icon bitmap image, but I'm not. Actually, yes, I can. I'll show you guys how we can do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to like Flaticon. That's just what I use, Flaticon, and then this is from all my stuff. So calculator. And now, keep in mind when you do download something like this, it's always a good idea to at least pay for it, or at least give attribution if you do download it for free. Just make sure you include that in your programs, like in a little disclaimer or something. I mean, it's the right thing to do. But after you download your icon, and also you can always just make your own icon. You don't have to take other people's. But if you do, just remember, provide attribution. It's the right thing to do. Don't ever claim somebody else's work. The whole shabam. But we're gonna go to PNG to ICO, and you can just select a file, convert, and then download. And then we can just drag and drop this into VSC. And we can name it icon. Now all we gotta do is just come up here. Icon, or slash, let me just do icon.ico. And if I go ahead and actually run this, as you can see, we have our little icon there. Now, I actually, if you guys want to see something cool, I actually made my own icon for my, or whoops, that's the wrong project. Wrong project, another video. I actually made my own icon for the music player I have, and it's probably gonna have me do that first. Or not. Maybe it won't let me do that. Come on. It's okay. There we go. Yeah, I actually made my own little icon there. That was pretty neat. You can do it in like paint.net. I just want to show you guys it's pretty easy. Just save it as a PNG file and then convert it to ICO. But the first things I want to do is I want to see, the thing is, you can't like 5 to the power of 22. Well, you can. Actually, 5 to the power of 999. Okay, so that works perfectly. So it's actually only if it's in this if statement here. It's in this if statement. That is exactly what's the problem. Whenever this is invoked. But usually if I just keep doing squared, and then this will eventually trigger the calculate, which will set the invent to none, which will then evaluate all of this here. So this is actually the problem. So this is what needs to be fixed. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a comment. This sometimes causes the program to crash. And that's just a message for me later. To basically just say, hey, this is buggy, I need to fix it. But other than that, I'd say this program's pretty good to go. I would definitely port this up to GitHub. I'm going to remove these 2 test files, though, because I don't need them. But yeah, so a simple calculator app. Just type in your numbers. And then at 33 squared and get an overflow error. And then 9 times 9 cubed, it's going to be 729. And we can clear. And we can type in 88, negate that, and then plus 5. And then we get negative 83. We can square that. And it'll actually... Okay, so something I don't like is if we square it, it's gonna do that. Whereas in the actual calculator app itself, if we do 55 negative squared, yeah. Okay, so here's what we need to do. Well, we need to take, whenever we're squaring something, Eval calculation string. Huh. I wonder how we're gonna be able to do that. Okay. So, you know what? Then -2 squared. It's gonna give us -4, but that's not right. It needs to give us +4, so... Okay. I know what we can do there. We can change this to... Where's our negate button? Or where's our negative or switch sign thing? Yeah. Okay, so... Then we can do something like this. 45 plus 3. -42. So -42 squared. We get, okay, there we go. That's what we want. Obviously, it's still a little buggy, but what we can do is we can now whenever I port this to GitHub, hopefully it's not going to have as many bugs. But actually, I do not want that. Status very buggy. What am I gonna do about it? Fix it. There we go. That's just a little comment up there. But other than that, I say this is pretty good. Where's the syntax error coming from? Oh, that's what it was. But other than that, let's go ahead and look at what we did. So we have a simple calculator app. All right, has a little blank screen up here. Has our buttons. They get darker when we click them. They get a little bit dark when we hover over them, and they get lighter again when we don't hover over them. It can understand symbols that you do not use in just basic Python. And it does PEMDAS, so keep that in mind. You don't necessarily have to have the parentheses. Python knows PEMDAS pretty well. But what I will tell you to be aware about is like whenever you do this and then square it, you'll get positive number. But if you do this and then square it like that, you're gonna get a negative number. So just beware. Actually, maybe it doesn't know PEMDAS all that well. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. But it's still pretty good. You can obviously add other buttons. You can see that the parentheses get evaluated out. And you still get like an actual answer. So if you want, you can add parentheses buttons here as well. So that's something you should definitely keep in mind, and I might even do that myself. But other than that, this is a pretty neat app. Thank you guys so much for watching my stream. I will put this on GitHub. I know I said it about my audio player, but I haven't really put it on GitHub just yet because I was mainly fixing a couple bugs I wanted to go over on my own time. But this will be going on GitHub right after stream. Matter of fact, actually no, I won't do it just in case GitHub shows any personal information. But I swear on my life, I'll literally put this on GitHub right after the stream ends. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream and would like to see more just like it, be sure to let me know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and join my Discord server if you haven't already. It's a perfect place to get any help on the code that you might be stuck with. And it's also just a nice place to hang out and talk about anything computer science related and even other topics such as gaming, music, art, etc. So be sure to join that. Link will be in the description. If you really like watching my channel, be sure to support me by reading the description, maybe sending some super chats, or even purchasing a membership. It's pretty cheap, and doing that, you're supporting my cause. It helps me get better equipment that I can record with, and it overall helps me push out more messages, or I'm sorry, push out more videos in the future. Sorry, I was reading the messages, guys. But without further ado, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and you have a great night. Bye-bye.